Southern Oregon University is known for its theater program, but no one could have written the drama that was about to unfold here in an off-campus apartment. Nikki Genthy's college boyfriend Luke Smith admitted to raping her in his bed after she had taken sleeping pills.
I even don't believe it sometimes. Like, how could he do that, you know? So, I'm sorry. It's crazy. I can't believe it happened.
The music major went to Angela Fleischer. Fleischer is behind a program that is bucking a trend in how colleges deal with campus sexual assault. Fleischer says it gives the survivors the control, and it appears to be working.
The reports for the campus have doubled, and I imagine will double yet again this year. Students are having the sense that they can trust the system.
A system Nikki says she turned to when she no longer felt safe taking classes with Luke, who was still on campus. Fleischer brought Nikki to Ashland Police Detective Carrie Hull.
Where do you think would be the best place to start?
Who knew there was one way that could prove what her ex-boyfriend had done.
Police ask you to secretly record Luke, and you think, what?
They gave me two options. They said we could do this over the phone, we could do it in person. Knowing him as well as I did, I had a feeling he would be suspicious or would be unwilling to talk about those sorts of things over the phone. I knew I had to do it in person.
And sitting down knowing that you are wired to record is hard. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Were you scared something could go wrong?
A little bit. They coached me beforehand. You know, what if this happens? What if this device goes off? What if he asks if you've gone to the cops? We went through all of it.
Detective Hull says getting a confession on tape avoids the all too often he said, she said scenario.
There's no such thing as a he said, she said. A he said, she said case is a poor investigation.
2 weeks later, and with Nikki on board, Detective Hull arrives to set the trap.
We came over and put the multiple recording devices in the living area that she was the most comfortable with.
Nikki invites Luke over to her apartment, telling him she needs closure and wants to talk things out. With the detective sitting in her car outside, Nikki waits for Luke to arrive.
Worried that I would fumble my words, worried that I might just blurt out, "The police are outside. Come in." The first thought I had as he walked through the door was, oh my gosh, don't mess this up.
Only 5 minutes into the conversation, Nikki launches into her script, asking Luke to describe what happened the night of the attack.
We were in bed together, and what happened after that, because I kind of...
You passed out. I wound up getting out the lotion that we've been using.
The vanilla one?
Yeah.
I remember that.
And I rubbed your butt with it for a while. I remember pulling the sweatpants down.
I remember that.
Once again, Luke lays out the graphic details of how he sodomized Nikki while she slept.
And I remember at first, when you woke up, being able to convince you that it was like you were having more night terrors.
I just felt so sick from it, being told exactly what he had done to my body against my will.
But this time, it didn't end there. During this confession, Luke revealed something even more horrific. He'd attempted to rape her a second time.
When I tried again.
Twice?
Yeah.
And that was a huge shock to me because I had only thought that he had raped me once. But when I fell back to sleep, he raped me again, which is brutal.
After you really woke up, and I got freaked out, and I was ashamed, and also
Afraid of getting caught?
yeah, I was afraid.
During that conversation that was secretly recorded, we can hear Luke apologizing to you.
With every fiber I have, I am sorry.
What do you make of that?
It's so cruel in a way. To hear him say, I'm sorry, puts this burden on me to forgive someone for something unforgivable.
You get all of this information, and you see him walk out the door. Is there a sense of, a part of you that says, that's the confession, I got it?
No, it's just sad for this person who has caused me so much pain and has In that moment, it felt like he had ruined his life in a way.
Police have what they need and bring Luke down to the Ashland Police Department, where Detective Hull is waiting for him.
Do you know the person that would have come forward to me?
I do.
And who would that be?
Nikki Guilty.
He knew what was going on very quickly.
What was his demeanor like?
He never tried to act like he didn't do it, which I will say is very rare. This was not a typical interview with somebody that's accused of one of these crimes.
I sort of lied to her about what was happening to sort of cover my own self, and also because I didn't really want to believe that I had really done anything like that to another person. Sorry.
Police arrested Luke that day.
You're under arrest for several things. Sodomy 1.
Charging him with 3 counts of sexual assault, charges that in the state of Oregon had him facing serious time in prison.
He would have been looking at 25 years. You know, that was additionally something we talked to Nikki about in the beginning, because she felt very strongly that, you know, this was somebody that she still cared about.
Once again, it was Nikki's call.
What did you want to see happen to him?
I met the DA, and he asked me what I was thinking, and I looked him right in the eyes, and I said, I don't want to ruin his life, even though he's ruined mine in a way. I decided to request that he not be put in prison.
Instead, he pleaded guilty to 1 charge of sexual abuse, got 3 years probation, and had to register as a sex offender. He was also expelled from Southern Oregon University.
Was that justice for you?
To be empowered, yes. What's most important is that I got to do what I felt at the time was the best thing in my heart of hearts for myself and also for him.
But there was an all too familiar backlash. After Luke's arrest and expulsion, Nikki says some members of the music program, her friends and her classmates, wanted nothing to do with her.
It was really disheartening and frustrating because Luke had made a confession. However, no one wanted to admit that it happened. No one wants to admit rape happens, especially when it's someone that you have known and trusted for years and years.
We reached out to Luke through his probation officer, but he did not respond. For Nikki, this chapter is now closed. She's moving forward and getting back to what brought her to this university in the first place.
What do you think music has given you through all of this experience?
Music has given me my life back because I have been through so much pain. And Luke has taken so much away from me, and music has given it back.
Music helping her. And if you've been the victim of sexual assault, you can go to our webpage. We have places you can turn to. And we want to know tonight, what do you think of Nikki's choice not to have Luke sent to prison? Let us know. Use the hashtag ABC2020.
And join the conversation on our Facebook page as well.